I feel like I'm starting to get too old to understand TikTok. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Zhariya Smith, and I typically make commentary videos just like this one. Today's candle is pumpkin vanilla cream, and I know you guys might notice, or you might not notice, Connor had surgery the other day, if you could see, because my dog, Miss Ramona Flowers herself, decided to eat him. And he is currently in recovery, so he might not be speaking much in this video, but he wants me to let you know that he cares and he'll be back next week. I am making a video on TikTok once again. Who is shocked? As a commentary channel, I feel like I cannot avoid making a video on TikTok. And today's video makes me feel exponentially old because, believe it or not, I'm 20, and I started my senior year of high school 3 years ago. So I haven't really been in high school for 3 years. I feel so old. There is a trend right now amongst high schoolers and middle schoolers that for the first time I just don't understand. So let's get into it. At the beginning of September, a kid, this TikTok is now deleted, but this kid basically made a TikTok where he stole hand sanitizer, like the dispenser, from his school. And he's like, I just made the most devious lick, or whatever. Devious meaning mischievous, meaning wacky, if you will. And lick, I'm assuming, means stealing. Now, for when I was in school back in the Stone Age, stealing was something that was pretty common, but not school property. This young TikToker making his video that's now deleted started a trend, a whole trend called the devious lick trend, the devious lick TikTok. And I just feel like so ancient saying this because I truly, like, this is one of the few things where I'm like, I genuinely have no idea what's going on, but it is very funny to me. Well, funny, but also like worrying to me, and I'll get into that later. It is very common for teenagers to steal street signs. Like, for instance, if you ever watched that 70s show where Hyde had that sign that said Weed Street, that was a stolen street sign. It's very common to steal street signs, and even there are companies who make street signs to buy so that you can put them in your bedroom to like decorate it, which I think is really interesting. But that was a trend, I believe, that started in the 70s. I could be wrong, but it's not uncommon for teenagers to get bored and just steal things. Like, it's not. I feel like we've all stolen at least once, but definitely not stealing things at the magnitude of this trend. Now, obviously, I'll be showing you guys some TikToks on the screen of some of my favorite ones that I've seen. I say favorite, but like really, it's just like crazy. But this trend, I practically became aware of it last week. I was actually procrastinating editing the video I posted last week. Watch it if you would like to. But I was editing last week's video and I was waiting for my video to process, and I was like, let me go on TikTok really quickly. And suddenly I saw a TikTok of someone stealing a fire alarm. Was it a fire alarm? Someone was stealing something. I saw a bunch. Like, it was like I watched this one video all the way through and TikTok did what TikTok does. And then I was seeing it all over my For You page. Like, I could not escape it. I cannot escape this trend right now. Like, it is all I am seeing aside from my typical Sukuna and Toji thirst videos. That's the only thing that I see right now is a devious lick TikTok. And I am so confused. But either way, so I'm calling this section the climax because I feel like that this video was a couple videos here and there, nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. And then suddenly, the trend went from stealing clocks, stealing soap dispensers, stealing hand sanitizer dispensers, stealing paper towels, toilet paper, etc., which are just typical, like, very small crimes, nothing too crazy, something that could be replaceable. I feel like, not maybe as soap dispensers, but still, like, stealing a clock from school, they could just buy that from the dollar store, really. But then it graduated from people stealing soap to then stealing toilets, sinks, stall doors, literal panels in the ceiling, exit signs, Mirrors, bathroom mirrors. And honestly, I'd probably take a bathroom mirror too because those are big. But still, morally wrong, extremely wrong, especially knowing how schools are dealing in America right now. It's crazy to me. But schools have been forced to close off their bathrooms. Well, illegally as much as they can. You know, you can't like let kids not use the bathroom. It's some law. But teachers have been like freaking out, panicking. I saw one teacher that said that they put up a camera in their room so that they could make sure that no one was stealing from them. There were teachers that were like just panicking on TikTok talking about this trend. Like there were schools that were shutting down and having whole assemblies over stealing from the bathrooms, and it's specifically the bathrooms, which I find really interesting. But there was one person that stole a telescope. You know how expensive telescopes are in high school? They're expensive. People were stealing telescopes, fire alarms, which is something that you do need. You need a fire alarm in school because that's like a whole code issue, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably illegal to not have a fire alarm in your school. But people were stealing that. And probably so much more that I haven't even seen. And I probably will be seeing it in the next couple days. So actually, funny story, TikTok actually banned all videos of this trend, which is really quirky, fun, funky, and fresh, especially since I'm editing this video right now. But yeah, so this trend, I guess, is dead. But I just think that for this section, the climax, I just think that, you know, teachers, if you've ever been on Twitter during the September or August time frame, you know that there is this thing where they do the Amazon wish list for teachers. And basically, if you're not from America and you are lucky, not lucky, but if you don't live in America and you don't deal with our current public school system, schools are so poor and so underfunded that teachers have to purchase their own school supplies. So it could be little small things. Like I know when I was in kindergarten, we would have to like buy crayons, pencils, all that stuff, and we just have like a community like little thing. But this is the point where teachers are having to ask for textbooks off from random Twitter influencers. I think like Jeffree Star does it, even though he's racist. Chris Clements does it. I think Rihanna does it. Nicki Minaj does it. Like it's very common for influencers and celebrities to pay for teachers' wish lists, which is so depressing. Like imagine being a teacher and your school being so underfunded that you literally have to pay for stuff for your own classroom, your own education, out of your own pocket when teachers already don't make a lot. Like they're very much like probably lower class. I can double check that, but definitely like not making a lot of money at all. And I think that it's really horrendous because like if schools can't even afford textbooks, how are they going to afford to replace toilets? Like there was one where someone literally stole like a urinal. And I honestly don't think like they literally put the urinal in their backpack. I'm pretty sure they probably just like took it and put it somewhere. But like it's the principle is that why are you stealing like vandalizing your school? Because this is vandalism. This isn't just like a quirky little TikTok trend like the say so dance or there's currently a trend right now that I really enjoy where it's like trying to dance like this one kid in an anime. It's really cute. I like the trend. Or any like makeover trends that like circulate through TikTok, and that's something cute, fun, funky, and fresh that you can do. Now kids are resorting to crime, and the worst part about committing crimes is literally filming it. And I feel like maybe this is just me being a young black child, but I know, why would you record yourself committing crimes? Vandalism is a charge. You can go to jail for vandalism, and in Florida, depending on your age, you could go and be tried as an adult. So we're not trying to go to jail. I wouldn't last 3 days in jail. All of this aside, like I just think that people are literally filming themselves committing crimes, and yet teachers still can't find out who it is, which is even crazier. But for the climax, for this section, I think it's crazy how this trend literally blew up almost nowhere. It's only September 19th right now as I'm filming this. And before you say, Jarvis Johnson made a video on this 2 days ago, or how many days ago it is. I've been ready to film this video for over a week. So I'm not stealing an idea from him, but also literally everyone has the same exact idea and everyone does the same thing. So shut up. Lastly, I kind of want to ask, when will this end? I have a lot of theories on why this trend has begun, why people are suddenly wanting to commit crimes and record it. And I think that, as we know, there is currently a panoramic, a panini press, a pandemic happening at this moment. And I think that schools really shouldn't be in person anyways. That's just my personal opinion. But also I can understand that there are a lot of kids that struggle with online education and they have to be in person. I get that. But I think that in terms of, a public health crisis, I think that I live in Florida, like I said, and Florida is really not handling it well. Good old Ron DeSantis. But I don't know if the trend is going to end. I feel like it's probably just going to be like, by the time it's winter break, it's probably going to taper off a little bit. It might taper off actually Thanksgiving break, come to think of it. And I feel like this trend is kids having fun, because it's like you're dealing with the dread of being in a pandemic. Like, I graduated high school the year before COVID kind of hit. Like, the people who graduated after me did not get a prom, didn't get they got a homecoming, I think, but did not get like any senior activities. And then the year after them, they did get some things, but very much just like a struggle. And I just think that it's crazy to me that people aren't experiencing the fun things about school. Because, like, honestly, prom sucked for me, but that was kind of like a whole other thing. I mean, in general, like, you're missing out on, crucial American high school, typical teeny things. Schools are taking drastic measures to fix this. It is a crisis, an epidemic, if you will. And I do think that if you are a high school student or a middle school student and you are thinking of stealing, or you want, or you already have done a devious, like, or you've contributed to this trend, why? I genuinely want to know why. And also, I think that you should not do that and just focus on your education. I get it. School can be meek and boring, but I think there are better ways to, like, not be bored. Maybe not, like, rip off the ceiling of your school bathroom. Just a thought. And I just want this to end, like, truly, because I do feel for... I have friends that are currently going to school for early childhood education and people that want to be teachers and all that stuff. And I just think that maybe we shouldn't make it hard for the people that are literally getting paid like $35,000 a year to watch after your snot-nosed self. Maybe you shouldn't, do stuff like that. Like, that's just my, opinion. But final thoughts are... the devious, like, trend, I wish it never happened in the first place. I think that it is extremely irresponsible and extremely bad, and I think that it's just all around not a good vibe. Genuinely, like, stealing toilets and sinks and fire alarms and stuff like that, I think that's really icky, and I think that that's really horrible, and you should not do that. And I'm looking down on you. Me, if you don't got a mom, I'm your mom today, and I say stop it right now and go to your room. I'm horrible at being a mom, can you tell? But either way, those are my final thoughts, I guess. Maybe the basic message of this video is maybe don't steal. And while this trend is very funny, and I do think that there are some funny moments and times and stuff like that, don't contribute to it. It's not worth it. I know people that have been to jail and they don't like it, so it's just something to think about. But yeah, that was my video. It's a little short and sweet one. If you enjoyed that, make sure to give it a big thumbs up because it helps little channels like mine. You can also subscribe to me down below. I'm like almost like halfway to 5,000 subscribers, which is honestly crazy. And if I hit 5,000, I will be doing a Q&A for the girlies. Oh, also make sure to leave a heart in the comment section for Connor because he is really going through it. He literally got bust open. He busted open. Like, my dog really just like tore him apart. So say your prayers for Connor in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.